Yo, what's up, Broncos country? How's it going tonight, guys? Probably pretty freaking crappy if you ask me. But we got a lot to get into tonight. We're gonna talk about the game. Me and Muhammad are gonna give our thoughts on the game, why the game went the way it did, why we lost, and just kind of just give a full game recap. And we'll get into probably next week. What the Broncos off season move should be. Coaching, because there's one coach specifically that's probably not going to be here after this year or after next week. Honestly, we'll maybe talk about the draft. Leading up to it, free agency, what the Broncos should do. Talk about a little bit about Bo Nix. Maybe we'll talk about him tonight a little bit, but anyway, if you guys could like, comment, subscribe on this video. Also hit that bell notification so you know we go live. Send this to your friends, your family, anybody who's a Broncos fan or football fan in general. We'd really appreciate it. All right, Mohammed, what was your gut reaction to this game?
This one definitely hurts, Eddie. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. If you look behind me, I was really thinking we're gonna get another Super Bowl. We're so close, man. Um, I don't know. Like really can't blame Stiddy for it. Like I cannot blame him. Honestly, he's a backup. So, but the plan was working in the beginning of the game, but we just started losing. Where we were for some reason. The worst part about it, Eddie, is it's not like the Patriots beat us. We beat ourselves. It's not. It wasn't them. They were not playing well at all. You know, and when we went to the half before the snow started falling, I was like, whoever remember I talked to you about it. I was like, whoever make the right adjustments will win this game. Um, Apparently they did. We didn't. Right? We made more mistakes than they did. We're so close, and I would never. I mean, I knew it would be low, but not this low. We can blame the weather. We could blame a City. We could blame it. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. We lost the game. Um, Definitely would be coaching. Coaching would be responsible. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the press conference with Sean Payton. He actually talked about it a little bit. He was saying that it starts with him and stuff, and I'm like, it's definitely you, dude. But it is what it is, Eddie. Overall, like I said last week, um, we have accomplished a lot this season. I'm not gonna can't take that away. Definitely felt that we missed Bo Nix, especially in the fourth quarter. He would have had some kind of magic to get us back on it, but he's hurt. Injuries do matter. It is what it is. Hopefully, we come back next season. Bo Nix doesn't take a while to come back. We can make some moves and be better. Go ahead, Daddy.
Well, speaking of Bo Nix, I did see a thing earlier today, Mohammed, that his heal or the recovery process is about 4 months, 4 to 5 months, I think. So he'll be good to go by the start of I think OTAs in May.
Okay.
So he'll be fully healed because the surgery went great. Apparently, was what I heard, and um, he'll be back for the start of OTAs in May. So we'll have Bo Nix back next year. And now I'm going to get into everything, but the first thing I'm going to say is you could definitely tell the difference. Now, I understand the weather. Like I knew about the weather before the game even started. Me and my wife were talking. She was telling me like the start of the second half, basically it was going to start snowing. It was going to be really windy here, and I think I'm looking out the window right now. We probably got about 2-3 inches out there, and it's still coming down lightly, but it's really really windy. Um, but with that said, you could definitely tell there was a big gap out there today at quarterback. And I love Jared Stidham. I think he's a good guy to come in to play a few games, whatever. And you're right, Mohammed. This game was not on Stidham. He did everything he could, but there's a reason why he's a backup quarterback.
True.
You know, and with the weather, the circumstances, him being a backup, yes. I mean, I haven't really looked at the stats. Like after the game ended, I kind of went away from TV and I started watching one of my favorite shows because I was like, I just need to kind of decompress a little bit. Um, but Bo Nix was sorely missed, and I don't know if you've seen if you were watching the game, how much I'm sure you were, but they showed live footage of Bo Nix at the stadium up in the
Booth. The
yeah, he
booth.
was up there watching, so he was at least there, which is good. But there's a reason why Stidham's a backup, and I do believe strongly today if Bo Nix were out there, we win this game. Now, I know this is going to sound kind of contradictory, but I think Bo Nix sometimes he kind of does his own thing. Like Bo Nix, like what Sean Payton said last year, he's got that little bit of Ferris Bueller in him.
Mm-hmm.
I still think he has that, and then whenever he doesn't think the play is right, he's going to switch it. Like he has that permission. Like Bo Nix can audible and change out of a play anytime he wants to. I don't think they gave that full thing to Sim. I mean, you heard it a few times, but I don't think he has as much leeway as Bo Nix does. And Bo Nix, he's younger, he's more athletic, in my opinion, and he's more accurate. Like I'm not saying Jared Stidham's not accurate. Bo Nix is a better quarterback. There's a reason why he's the starter and Jared Stidham's the backup. Now, with all that said, this loss today, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with my second, reason why we lost this game, but my first reason why, Sean Payton, he's most to blame for this. And the reason why I say that is because I'm sure if I knew before the game that it was going to start snowing and being windy in the second half, I'm sure Sean and the Broncos knew that. They pay attention to all that stuff. A lot of people were happy about the Broncos going for it in the first half on that fourth down. I wasn't. I said all the last week since we beat the Bills, I've said all week, this is going to be a low-scoring affair. This is going to be a defensive-minded game. And I also said that because we have that whole Arctic thing, like this whole Arctic thing that's like literally freezing over the United States right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going to be cold, it's going to be snowy, and it's going to be windy. I'm like, this is going to be a defensive struggle. And whoever makes the least amount of mistakes and turns the ball over the least amount and runs the ball more effectively is going to be the team that wins this game. And I was right. The Broncos, I don't think there was too many penalties in this game. I think there was like 1 or 2 penalties in this game, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But the only turnover that came in that game was Jared Stidham. He was running. He just kind of shuffled the ball out of there, and they said it was a backward pass, and the Patriots were able to pick it up. They didn't get a touchdown off of it, but they did get the ball, and that was that next drive is whenever they scored their touchdown. So we kind of gifted them a touchdown. Like I can't really give that on the defense because the offense gave the ball over and like the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
The defense only gave up 3 points today. But Sean Payton is the most to blame. And the reason why I say that is because if you know what the weather is, just like all the Broncos country knew what the weather was going to be today, you take the points when they come to you. That fourth down, I said, do not do it. No, do not go for it. Just take the damn points. This game is going to be windy. It's going to get cold, and it's going to start snowing a lot in the second half. And it was already cold and like kind of windy before the game even started, before it even snowed. And it's like, Sean, just take the damn points. Just take the damn points. He goes for it. They don't get it. And now this is where people are going to come in and argue, well, let's miss 2 field goals. I understand that. But 2 field goals when it was really windy, one was from like 50-something yards, like 57, 58 yards in the wind. It wasn't snowing hard yet, but it was coming down. I was like, that's a 50-50 thing, if that thing's going to go in or not. And then the second one he missed in the second half, in the fourth quarter, dude, you could barely see. And he missed it wide right. But that one field goal that Sean, the points that he not taking the first half, cost us the game. It did. Because at that point, at least, yeah, it was cold, but it wasn't as windy and it wasn't as snowy, and you could still see. It was a little sunny. Like, you could still see. They should have took the points there. They take that, then it's 10-10 at the end of the game, and you're not sitting here in the snow with a backup quarterback trying to fight to get down there and get some points. Even if the field goal in the fourth quarter that they kicked would have been at like the 20 or 10-yard line, it still would have been hard because the visibility was very hard. The snow was coming down, the wind was coming down. Like that.
But you know what? Honestly, Eddie, sorry to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
When the game started, I heard them saying that it's gonna be like flurries or light snow in the second half. I didn't know it was gonna be this bad. I was really surprised by that. Now I don't know what information Sean Payton and company had. I mean, if they didn't know that, definitely they should have just went for the field goal. Tell them.
My thing is also with Sean Payton, like, I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, they try to run the ball. They should have ran it more. Honestly, like, I understand, like, they were getting stopped, but they were picking up yards. Harvey was getting down there. He was, getting extra yards. And this is where I kind of don't really like Sean Payton's playbook because he doesn't really have a whole lot of runs outside. Everything's really usually up the middle between the tackles. The only time I've ever seen him really go outside with a run is if it's like a long pitch outside to the running back and he tries to run up. And I'm like, just throw a couple like stretch plays in there or something, to where you can like run back, hand the ball to the running back quickly and just let him, have him have that momentum to go. I don't know, man. It was mind boggling to me that Sean Payton, and he didn't even change up his game plan at all. What the Patriots do come out of half, they changed up their game plan whenever it really started snowing. And that first drive, they controlled the ball for 8 minutes coming out of the half. And granted, they only got a field goal, but that field goal made a difference. That was the game-winning field goal. They controlled the ball for 9 minutes. Drake May was I think they handed it off. Like, I think there was 12, 11 plays on that drive, and 9 of the plays were runs. They were gashing Denver's defense. So Sean didn't make any, again, I know I'm going to harp on this Tom Blue, and honestly, there is no excuse. Sean Payton should have took the points in the first half. Sean should have knew with all the weather stuff that's been coming out, and I don't care what anybody says, he had to have known that it was going to snow in the second half, it was going to get windy, and it's going to be cold. And you should run the damn ball. You should take the points when they're given to you because this is going to be a defensive game. The Patriots are going to want to play defense because they got Drake May. Sean, you should want to play defense because it's a backup quarterback. And today proved why he's a backup. Normal offensive-minded head coaches, when they have a backup quarterback in at this magnitude and this kind of weather, they're going to run the ball. That's the problem with Sean. He doesn't try to stick to the run. It doesn't work a few times. He goes away from it. And then especially considering the fact, now I'm going to place a little blame on the offensive line too, because the offensive line was getting beat a lot today. They were. Anytime, sorry, I don't know why I said that, but anytime Jarrett Stidham would step back to pass, a lot of the times there was pressure instantly in his face. How do you kind of counteract that? You run the damn ball. The Patriots are sending blitzes. Jarrett Stidham's getting rattled back there. He's like, oh, crap, where do I go? He's trying to run out, and he can't outrun defensive linemen. I'm just saying, it wasn't pretty on Sean's end. And then, if you, like I said, you should run the ball. But like I said, there was one play in the second half where they got the ball in great field position in the fourth quarter. The Patriots punted the ball from their own 5-yard line. It wasn't a very good punt. The Broncos got the ball at the Patriots 36-yard line. The first play, he telegraphed to the Patriots, hey, I'm running the ball here. Jumbo set and just pitches it outside to RJ Harvey. Loses 2 yards. I'm like, those 2 yards are going to be crucial in this weather. It's going to be crucial. And they picked up a few more yards. They got back to the 10, but it was still not good enough. I was like, I was telling my wife, I'm like, they had to pick up at least 10 yards here to, feel somewhat better or good about this field goal attempt with the snow and the wind and everything the way it was going at that point. They just kept losing yards, and I don't know what to say. Now, to flip to the other side of the ball, I know a lot of people are going to hate this. A lot of people are probably going to tell me I'm crazy, but VJ can go. I really don't care anymore. With the talent on this defense, you bring in, you were talking about before we went live, a Sean McDermott to coach this defense. It's going to be a monster. It's going to be a lot better than what it was. VJ, I've said all year, the two things that bother me about VJ the most is whenever he sends pressure, he sends a blitz. He's always got his corners 7 yards off the goddamn receivers. And that ekes me so bad. It's like, okay, if you want to do that a few times, fine, whatever. But every single time they blitz, they play the corners 7 yards off the receiver. It's like, dude, get up there. Have the freaking corners jam the receiver at the line to give the pass rush an extra second or two to get to the quarterback when you send the blitz. Because they're going to see it coming. They're going to be like, oh, blitz, blitz, blitz. They're going to check into or check out of it, and they're going to be like, boom, hit a screen pass or hit a fucking, drag route or something over the middle. And all your guys are so far back that by the time they get to their guy, he's almost 10 yards down the field, almost got a first down. And then the other thing, I've talked about this a little bit this year. I haven't said it much. The last time I think I talked about it was after, I think it was after the Chiefs game, the last Chiefs game we played. Vance Joseph sucks at trying to stop mobile QBs. The guy has no plan for it. Now, I was talking to somebody earlier. It was like, well, it's hard to stop mobile QBs. And I'm like, I understand that. But go back and watch Bronco games throughout the year. We know Bo Nix has the mobility. We know that's a threat. Whenever he's out there, he can use his legs at any time to run, right? What do teams do that play against us? They plan for that. Whether they try to contain Bo Nix or if they put a spy out there, they try something. Now, a lot of times, yeah, they don't get him because Bo Nix is fast. He outruns the spy or the contain. He'll outrun it and he'll pick up yards. Cool. But the difference is, I'm fine with that if it doesn't work. Just try it. Do it. Do something to show that you care. Because even when Bo Nix does that, what happens, Muhammad? Yeah, he gets like a couple yards downfield, sometimes 10, whatever, but there's always someone right there chasing him. There's always someone almost foot or step for step with him, right behind him or in front of him or side of him, that's right there to maybe try to make a play or make Bo Nix slide. When you see the Broncos defense go up against a mobile quarterback, he's got like 10 yards between him and any defender. The guy's easily going to pick up 10 yards every single time because Vance Joseph doesn't know how to game plan for a mobile quarterback. Marcus Mariota torched us this year in Washington. I can't tell you how many times we were watching the Washington game. I was sitting there. I'm like, Mariota's going to run. Sure enough, he runs. No one within 10 yards. He picks up the first down in crucial moments and crucial third downs. The same happened today with Drake May. And it drove me bonkers. I don't even care if it doesn't work. As long as you got someone out there to, maybe be close to him, maybe something can happen. Maybe the guy can catch him. Maybe, it makes, May hesitate a little bit to where he's like, oh, maybe I should, and it gives an opportunity for another defender to come down. You don't get that at all with this Broncos defense because they're never prepared for it. So hopefully the next defensive coordinator we bring in, because I do believe Vance Joseph is going to get a head coaching job. Yeah. Hopefully this guy we bring in hopefully learns like, hey, we're going to try to stop mobile quarterbacks. We're at least going to have a game plan for it. If we were going up against like a Jalen Hurts again or Drake May or, say Jaden Daniels next year, hopefully I would assume the next DC is going to have some kind of a game plan for a mobile game.
I mean, there's the talent, Eddie. I mean, it's not like he's going to have to. The talent is there. But you know what, Eddie? What sucks about this whole thing? There's no guarantee that we'll be back on, next year to this game. Getting to the Super Bowl is extremely difficult. That's why some teams never been to the Super Bowl. Forget about winning it. They've never been. So that's the whole thing that sucks about it is it's so hard, and we came so close, and we just squandered it. It's what it is.
That's what drives me absolutely bonkers about this so much, Muhammad. Now, this is a season where the Broncos got the number one seed. They got the number one seed. They got home field advantage throughout the playoffs. No Patrick Mahomes. No Lamar Jackson. No Joe Burrow. You had Josh Allen. You took care of him. This was the easiest path for any team to make the Super Bowl this year. The easiest path. Because you ain't got to go to Arrowhead. You didn't have to go to Baltimore. You didn't even have to go to New England, even though we played the Patriots and they were here. You didn't have to go to Cincinnati. You didn't have to go to Buffalo. You didn't have to go anywhere. You were here at home. Like, we won the division. And the win division guarantees you a home playoff game. But when you get the one seed, you get the bye plus home field advantage throughout the playoffs. You don't have to go on the road anymore. I'm not saying the Broncos can't do it, but this to me was the Broncos' best chance to get to the Super Bowl. Now, to win the Super Bowl, like with Jared Stidham, like, I don't know. Could we have won? Yeah, sure. But I don't know, man. I really don't. No. You say it yourself. It's hard to get to the Super Bowl, let alone win the damn thing. And I think this is our best opportunity. I mean, this is the best opportunity for anybody in the AFC this year to win the. I mean, they were talking about it with Josh Allen last week. No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar Jackson. This is your time, Josh Allen. Go out there and win a bowl. And he couldn't make it past Denver.
The Bills would have killed the Patriots, Eddie. They would have demolished them.
Well, they would have played. Well, if the Bills would have won last week, they would have played New England in New England. And actually, they showed. I don't know if you saw it on TV, but they showed New England earlier.
It was worse,
it was
right?
worse than Denver.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I don't know. And the Patriots and Bills split this year. Like, the Patriots played them close this year and played them really well. So I wouldn't say the Bills would have won, but it would have been the easiest path for them to get there. But like next year, you're like, next year Might be a little bit of an easy year still because, like I said, Mahomes tore his ACL in what was it, week 15 this
Mhm.
year or something? He's not going to be back until at least after midway through the season. I'd say by week 11, 12, maybe 13, he'll be back. The Chiefs are not going to have Patrick Mahomes for the first half of the season. They're not. It takes a whole year to get over an ACL tear, and he tore it in week 15. He won't be back at the start of the season 100%. I guarantee you he won't be back by the start of the season. He'll be lucky to be back by midway through the season, like week 9 or week 10. He'll be lucky to even be back by then. And even whenever he does come back, he's not like it takes 2 years. Like we heard about Sutton, we heard about, every player that tears an ACL. It takes you about a good 2 years to come back from an injury like that. Like full, like back to what you were your like before the injury, back to your original self. It takes about 2 years. So I don't think the Chiefs are going to be a big threat next year at all. I think by the time Patrick Mahomes comes back, they might still be in the playoff picture, but they're not going to be winning the division.
I think the Chargers is going to give us trouble, though, Eddie. They hired
I
Mike
think the
McDaniel.
Chargers will give us trouble. I think they will get better. They were down their offensive linemen, 2 of their starting tackles this year. I think they're going to be back healthy next year. They're going to keep building that roster. But I mean, the Broncos are going to do the same thing. They're going to keep building this roster. But I do believe the Chargers are going to give us trouble next year. But to me, this is the year. This is the year for the Broncos to win it all. And Sean Payton just doing what Sean Payton always does, trying to get too cute, trying to outsmart himself. We've talked about it. People have talked about it, about Sean trying to outsmart himself for the past 3 years since he's been the head coach here in Denver. Instead of just, calling a good game plan, just sticking to what works, just do what the game calls for, whether it's run the ball, pass the ball, play defense, whatever it may be. Sean Payton is like, I am the smartest guy. No one can tell me nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. I know how to win.
That's
And
the
I'm going to do
problem.
things my way, even if
He'll
it
never
costs
change.
us a game.
He's never going to change. But the good thing is, Eddie, like free agency, we have the money. We definitely need to help Bill because even last game, Eddie, like Cortland Sutton was dropping some balls. Like I know he dropped a couple today. I don't know if that was entirely his fault, but we have to go out there, spend money, and help him. He's good, but he needs help. We need to get him a decent tight end. If we can get a wide receiver, go ahead, get
Wait,
it.
who you
Another
talking
right.
about? Bo Nix?
Huh?
You talking about Bo Nix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, helping Bonix.
I'm glad you said that. A lot of people hated me for saying this. I will say it again until I'm blue in the face, and I know I'm 100% right on this. Cortland Sutton is not a wide receiver one.
He's
He
not.
is a
I
high
agree.
end two. He is a high end two. A wide receiver one, there's been a lot of passes this year. Now people will be like, well, it was behind him. It was too far out in front. It doesn't matter. Real wide receiver ones would still catch
Catch
those
it.
passes.
Exactly. You got to catch it. There's no.
You think Chase, like if the ball is a little bit behind him or a little, he has to really stretch out to grab it, he's not going to catch it. Yeah, Jamar Chase is going to catch that. Devontae Adams. I'm trying to think of another one. Who's like the top receiver in the league right now?
Adams. The guy from the Vikings. What's his name?
Justin Jefferson. Thank you.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Anything that hits his hands are like glue. Anything that hits his hands, doesn't matter if it's outstretched or behind him, he's catching it. I love Cortland Sutton. He's a good wide receiver too, but he is not a wide receiver one. I don't care if that makes people mad. A wide receiver one catches those passes.
But Eddie, I mean, think about it, Eddie. Bo Nix was winning without having a number one wide receiver, without having a tight end. Because Evan Ingram, what was that, Eddie? What did we get from Evan Ingram? I'm just thinking about it.
Nothing. I mean, we got a few couple of nice plays from him all year, but honestly, I don't get it either.
Is it Sean Payton or is it's him? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It could be Bo Nix. Maybe Bo Nix doesn't really like using tight ends. He likes to go into his wide receivers. But it's like, because it doesn't make sense to me either. Because Sean Payton loved his tight ends in New Orleans. Jimmy Graham, there's another one in there I'm missing. I can't remember his name, but he loves tight ends, and we don't hardly ever see them. But I think the chemistry that Bo Nix had with Cortland Sutton, they had with Troy Franklin. Hell, even there towards the end of the season, man, dumping out passes to freaking RJ Harvey. Harvey gets the ball at like the line of scrimmage, he'll break like 4 tackles and pick up like 7 yards. So I don't know, man. Like, to me, this offseason, I don't know what's going to happen with Dre Greenlaw. I don't know if they're going to keep him. They probably will. But they need another inside linebacker. They're going to need another defensive tackle.
Yeah.
They're going to need another defensive end because both DJ Jones and John Franklin Myers are free agents. They at least need another inside linebacker. Alex Singleton's a free agent. He's like 31, 32. They're going to need another inside linebacker. And they need a wide receiver 1. And possibly even another running back. Like, I like Harvey, but he's good in the pass game, but Sean doesn't really use him a whole lot in the run game. Well, when he does show glimpses, but I think you need a 1-2 punch in the backfield. And
Eddie, let me tell you this, because I was thinking about it. I don't know if Derrick Henry is going to be a free agent, but what would you think? I know he didn't play well last season, but somebody
I don't think he'll come. I don't think so, no. But I don't think J.K. Dobbins is coming back.
No, that's why I was saying that. I don't think they'll bring him back.
And then even like, honestly, one of the best nickel corners I've seen all season, McMillan's a free agent.
We definitely got to sign him. I don't even want to.
I don't think they're going to. I don't think they will.
That was going to be stupid.
I think because they have faith in Jahdae Barron to play the slot. I don't think they're going to re-sign McMillan. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
because you got to stop and think, Mohammed. They'll have an extra $35 million this year, but they've already signed Zach Allen, Surtain, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, Malcolm Roach. They signed Luke Wattenberg, and wasn't Miners in there somewhere? He got an extension, I think. That's like 7 players in the past 2 years they signed long-term deals. Oh, and did I say Surtain? I can't remember if I said Surtain.
You didn't.
So Surtain, Cooper, Benito, Malcolm Roach. Who else did I say? So let's see: Surtain, Malcolm Roach, Benito, Cooper, Wattenberg. That's 5. Who was the other one I said? Oh, Quinn Miners, I think, signed, and Garrett Bowles.
And Garrett Bowles, yeah.
They signed 7 players to long contract deals. Oh, and Zach Allen, so make it 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, they'll have an extra $35 million because Russell Wilson finally.
Eddie, we cannot let him walk, man. That's gonna come and bite us. I'm telling you, man.
If there's 2 players right now I could sign to bring back to this roster for next year, there's only 2 players and 2 players I would 100% be like, hey, we're bringing you back. One is McMillan, slot corner. I would bring him back. 2, this might be controversial because of his injury history, but I would bring back Dobbins.
Dobbins was good.
He's going to be 27 next year. I know he got hurt, but he's got that spark, man. Like, he just does. And I think another year with RJ Harvey and giving him another year under Sean Payton's system, he'll get better. 100% he'll get better.
We can give him another year, Eddie. It's not going to cost us a lot. We signed him for what, 2 years? I'm trying to remember. Was it 1 year? Dobbins.
We signed him for 1 year, $5 million. I think.
1 year, okay. Yeah, I mean, we can just give him another year until we make sure Harvey is there. He's close, definitely.
There's another big free agent, I think, coming available. Who is it? Maybe I'm wrong. But that's the thing. If I would bring back McMillan, I would bring back
Dobbins.
But again, this is where I don't think they're really going to have a whole lot of money to spend in the draft. If they bring those 2 back, they're not going to have a whole lot of money to spend in free agency. So in the draft, my top 2 picks would be wide receiver 1, inside linebacker. And then after that,
defensive end.
Defensive tackle and defensive end. Those are the big 4 key positions I can see or I know they need. Wide receiver 1 is the biggest one. You got to bring somebody in that can actually catch the goddamn ball, Sean. I love Cortland Sutton. You got Troy Franklin. You got Marvin Mims. You got Pat Bryant. Maybe they don't bring a wide receiver one in. Maybe they're hoping Pat Bryant kind of evolves into that dude. But they got to start using them more. They don't use it. I mean, I understand. He came back today. He came out and played, but then he went out because he got a hamstring injury. So maybe they don't really have a long-term future with Pat Bryant if he keeps getting injured. But wide receiver one, defensive end, defensive tackle, inside linebacker. Those are your four big key pieces you need this offseason, whether it's draft or free agency. But going back into the game, kind of got a little sidetracked there, Mohammed. 7-10, the final score. New England moves on to the Super Bowl. This is a gut punch. Like, I fucking hate it. We had the Patriots so rattled. We had Drake May so rattled in that first half. And I don't know, like, I know the Patriots made adjustments. Maybe he got settled in, but our defense just could not do anything. And it wasn't like the Patriots receivers were doing any better. They were dropping passes all day too.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, Booty, like they were all dropping passes. Even Hunter Henry dropped a pass. Like the defense did do a better job than the offense. Like I said, the only things I really have a problem with VJ with is just when you're going to blitz somebody, play press coverage. Make those receivers earn it. Give the pass rush a little bit more time to get to the quarterback. And two, learn how to stop a goddamn mobile quarterback. For the love of God, please.
Eddie, I can guarantee you that he's not coming back. This week, somebody's going to sign him. All these vacancies they have, I'm guessing Arizona didn't sign anyone yet, did they?
No, and that's been the big one. Like they've been saying, oh, Van Joseph is going to the Cardinals. Like a lot of people already locked that into place that Van Joseph is going back to the Cardinals.
Yeah, so he's
but I'm just saying, like, whoever the next DC is, for the love of God, if you want to blitz, I'm fine with that. But make sure your corners are pressing. Make the freaking receivers earn that money. Make them earn to get free and give the pass rush a little bit more time to get after the quarterback if they have to. And two, for the love of God, stop mobile quarterbacks. Or not even stop, just try to stop. Like, I shouldn't have to sit there and be watching my TV and be like, Drake May drops back or any quarterback drops back. And I'm just like, he's going to take off. And then you're sitting there and you watch him start going. And you're like, okay, there's going to be somebody that comes up in the frame real quick and they're going to stop him before he gets towards the first. There's nobody. 0 people. He doesn't get touched until he's 10 yards down the field already. Any quarterback that's mobile on this defense. And I said it earlier, Mohammed, this defense is the biggest weakness of this defense is mobile QBs. They can't stop them or they don't try to stop them.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gut punched. We should have won this game. And you're right about one thing, Mohammed, is that the Patriots didn't beat us. We beat ourselves. Because again, if Sean Payton just kicks that damn field goal in the first half and we're 10-7 or 10-0 at that point, at the end of this game, it's tied. We're possibly going to overtime, or the Broncos maybe get another chance. I even said it. Like I can't remember what you said your score prediction was, but I said 17-13 Broncos. The Broncos were 10 points off. Patriots got exactly what I thought they were going to get, 13 points. I'm like, all this offense has got to do is score more than 13 points. They couldn't do it.
They definitely didn't play well, Eddie. Like the Patriots did not play well. Everybody thought they're going to come there and put like 40 points on the Broncos because we have a backup quarterback. And they didn't. They weren't playing well at all. Drake May was definitely rattled. It was too big for him.
And that's why I don't think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. I think this time it's going to be on a mutual field in Santa Clara. It's going to be the Rams or the 49 or sorry, not the 49, the Rams or the Seahawks. Both their defenses are good. And, I mean, I trust Matthew Stafford. Like, if he goes up against Matthew Stafford, Drake May is not winning. If he goes up against the Seahawks and the Seahawks just keep doing what they were doing all year, run the ball, play defense, Drake May ain't going to do shit. So, I don't think the Patriots are going to win. I think the Super Bowl is going to be too big for him. I don't think he's gotten there, but he's not going to win it. I think it's either going to be the Rams or the Seahawks. And honestly, the game's been going on for 2 hours now. Let me check the score real quick and see what the score is between the Rams and the Seahawks. It is Come on. 17-13 Seahawks. The Rams have the ball. So, but yeah, I just, again, like I said, this game today was lost because of Sean Payton and Vance Joseph. It was a coaching thing. Again, I understand it was a backup quarterback. Jared Sims is a backup for a reason, but he literally had no protection. The offensive line wasn't blocking. Sean Payton wasn't trying to protect him. He was just, kept throwing five guys out there trying to go wide and throw the ball deep. When Jared Stidham was literally, I mean, he had one good deep pass of Marvin Mims there at the start, but it was like once it started snowing, it's like these are the kind of games you need to run the ball and play defense. He kept trying to get Jared Stidham to drop back and throw. He tried to run it a few times, and you know what? Like I said, Sean, try to go outside once or twice or something. And there was one screenplay. I don't even know what the hell happened. I think it was in the second half when it was really starting to snow. They did a screenplay to Evan Ingram, and Mike McGlinchey was in the way. Even if there wasn't no defense there, Evan Ingram still wouldn't have caught it because Mike McGlinchey was in front of him in the ball.
Miscommunication. Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell was that?
Eddie, like honestly, I wouldn't say we were definitely going to win, but we would have had a way better chance with Bo Nix, especially in the fourth quarter, because that's how we won most of our games,
Well, that's the thing.
But
even if we would have had Bo Nix, I mean, I thought we were going to win too before the start of the game, but knowing what I know now, hindsight's 2020. Even with Bo Nix out there, I think we still lose.
Why you say that, Eddie?
Because Sean, he was throwing the ball up. He was constantly throwing with his backup QB. You're telling me if Bo Nix was in there, he would have ran the ball more? No, he would have threw it more probably.
The brother would have had a couple of interceptions.
But it's not so much about the damn quarterback, man. It really isn't. It's about what's the game calling for? I've said this all year. What does, going up against a certain team call for? What's going up in certain elements call for? In a game like this, where you're at home, it's snowing, it's cold, it's windy, play defense and run the damn ball. That's what the Patriots did. Play defense and run the ball. And what happened? They won. A low-scoring game, just as I predicted. Maybe not the score. I said it was going to be a low-scoring game because I knew the weather, the wind, all the elements. I'm like, and you got a backup QB. I'm like, you need to run the ball and just play defense. And defense was doing great. Outside of stopping the mobile QB thing, defense is playing great. And Sean just kicks the field goal in the first half. You're tied in the fourth quarter, and you probably could still win the game. But I'm not sitting here saying Bo Nix is bad or Jared Sims is better than Bo Nix. I'm not saying that by any stretch. But just with Sean Payton back there calling plays, if Bo Nix is in there, they probably hardly run at all. They be flinging it around the air. I think he ran a little bit more than what he normally would with Bo Nix because it was a backup QB, but he still didn't run it enough. That's just my opinion. The Patriots came in, they dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and they ran the ball effectively, and they won. That's why I'm saying this loss is on Sean Payton, 100% in my opinion. Some on VJ because he can't stop mobile QBs or doesn't even try to attempt to stop them. Like if he would attempt, like if Vance Joseph would at least try to stop Drake May from running, like just put a spy, contain, whatever, and I saw it, I mean, okay, defense, Vance, you guys did your job. I'm cool. You tried, it didn't work. Drake May outran the whatever. Cool. But the fact that he didn't even try, that's what blew my freaking brain away. So, I don't know if I can deal with this off season.
I know it is. It really sucks, and I think we're still in shock. As the day go by, it's going to become a reality that we actually.
I don't want to go to work tomorrow, man. I just want to stay the fuck home. I don't want to go.
I didn't go today because it was snowing outside, so
I'm sure you don't want to go tomorrow because you live closer to New England than I do. So there's probably a lot more Patriot fans up by you.
Yeah, and I'll just be talking crazy, talking smack. I've told everyone in the world that we're going to the Super Bowl. I don't care, and we're not. It is what it is.
Well, I got an old coworker I used to work with. His name is Benny. I used to work with him at an old job of mine out here. Me and him are kind of good friends. We text each other every now and then. He's a Patriots fan.
Mhm.
And man, me and him were bullshitting talking to each other before the game started today. And then he messaged me after the game. He's like, "So, bro, what happened?" I'm like, "I don't want to talk about it." The funny thing is, though, his wife's a Broncos fan.
Oh wow.
He sent me a
That's
picture before the game of him in his Patriots jersey and his wife in her Bronco jersey.
yeah, that's funny.
So, but yeah, it's gonna be a long off season. Bo Nix will be back for the start of the season. I just, man, I don't even know what to say, dude. Like, I can't. I really, really thought we were gonna beat the Patriots. I really thought that, and we had the chance, and then Sean just ripped it away from us. Again, I am not going to sit here and say the Patriots beat us because they did not play well either. They didn't.
No, they did.
Sean gave this game away. And I don't care. If you want to sit there and call me whatever, then you're just making excuses for Sean at this point. And the last thing I'm going to say before we get into the comments here, Mohammed, or get your final thoughts. I told you this before we went live, and I know you kind of were like, what? But I'm going to say it here. I want to have this on record. And this is not me being a hater. This is just me looking at the facts and just saying what I see. I'm not saying I am on the full blown panic mode train with Sean Payton. I'm not. I'm not saying he's a choke artist. I'm not saying none of that fully yet. I'm not saying it fully yet. But there is a little bit of doubt in the back, like a sliver of doubt in the back of my mind that Sean Payton, as a coach, ever since 2009, since the Saints won the Super Bowl. Now, you could say the Rams and Saints game, he should have made the Super Bowl that year, and I completely agree. But the majority of the time, it seems like Sean Payton chokes in the playoffs as a head coach. I'm not saying I'm going full blown panic mode yet. I'm not saying fully that's what's happening, but there's just a little voice in the back of my head. It's like watching his last couple of years in New England. I'm sorry, not New England, New Orleans. Even since 2009, he'll make the playoffs every year. He's a guarantee that the Broncos are going to make the playoffs every year. But Sean Payton, with the way he calls plays and just never really relying on the running backs here in Denver and constantly putting everything on Bo Nix. And like I said, situation. It's the situation. In certain games, the situation tells you run the ball, play defense. Other situation, it tells you to air the ball out. It doesn't seem like Sean ever wants to go with what the game is giving you. It seems like he just wants to be like, I'm going to throw the ball. I'm the smartest guy in the room, and I'm going to do what I want, and you guys are going to shut up and listen to me because I'm right and you're wrong. And I just think that bites him in the ass more than he thinks, or it shouldn't be like that. Sean, you're a genius. I love you as a head coach.
Close.
But you got to start realizing, like, stop trying to impress people. Stop trying to show everybody you're the smartest guy in the room, and just do what the game calls for and just win the goddamn thing. Now, yes, they went 14-3 this year. I completely understand that. But those games, some of those games that were close, that should not have been close. The Commanders game. Hell, the last Chiefs game, the last Chargers game, those games should not have been close. Like, yes, people are like, well, he wasn't really pulling out all the stops. He was just playing a vanilla offense and defense because he didn't want to give anything away. Okay. And what about the Raiders game earlier in the year? 10-7 at home. Like, the Titans, week 1. I was at that game. That was way too close for a rookie starting his first game on the road, and a team that literally had nothing. Like, not a wide receiver one, a bad offensive line, bad defense. How in the hell did they even get that close? Yeah. Like, these are the things that scare me. It's like, Sean, you can run the ball. Like, look at the circumstance of the weather or the game and then go from there. And I know Sean Payton knows this. He is a smart guy. But again, he just tries to outthink himself. But once again, I'm getting ahead of myself. But there's that little voice in the back of my freaking head that is like, is Sean Payton a choker in the playoffs? He's good. He can get his team to the playoffs. But does he just try to get too cute and too outsmart himself and it cost him games? Is that just the kind of person he is? He's just like, I'm going to I'm the brightest guy in the room, and I don't care if it costs my team a game. I'm going to do what I want to do.
You know what, Eddie? You might be right. I mean, only time will tell, right? But the good thing about this is Bo Nix is gonna challenge him, and he's gonna audible. He's gonna change the play, and he's gonna be like, "This is what I like," and he's gonna assert himself. I'm sure he would.
But we
So
seen it last year. We seen when Bo Nix went after Sean Payton because of whatever reason. I think it was the play call.
mhm.
But maybe that's the kind of quarterback Sean Payton needs. He needs a quarterback to get in his face and be like, you know what, Sean, you're a great coach. You're really smart. But whenever I think you're wrong, I'm going to switch the play. I'm going to do what I think is the best for the team and what the best play is. Whether it's him checking into a run or a pass or whatever it is. And that's good because you're going to need that. If Sean Payton's getting a little too cute again, you got to have a guy like Bo Nix out there to change it up.
He trusts him. Sean Payton trusts Bo Nix. You cannot doubt that. He trusts him a lot. So.
But I just don't want to end up like I said, I don't want to end up like the Cowboys making the playoffs every year and getting bounced because of whatever reason. Or I don't want to be like the Steelers, make the playoffs and they get eliminated in the first round. Like, I don't want to be like those franchises. Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon, but Sean Payton, I think after this year, has got 2 years left on his contract. And then if he wants to come back, I'm sure they'll re-sign him. But it's like, if you're going to keep doing this same shit in the playoffs year after year, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying if the same shit happens in the playoffs every year, like this year, where he gets there, he gets a little too cute, he tries to outsmart himself and it costs the Broncos a game. How long do you think the Walton Penner Group's going to deal with that?
They're going to be very impatient.
Playoffs. They're like, yeah, you're going to make the playoffs, but then you're not going to, coach accordingly, and you're going to keep losing this game because you're play calling. How long do you think they're going to deal with that?
Yeah.
I still think it's like 5 years, or not 5, I should say, probably about 3 years away. If Sean Payton goes to the playoffs the next 3 years and has losses like this to where he should be running the ball, doing certain things, and they keep losing because Sean's trying to outsmart himself, I think the Walton Penner Group, we already know they're not scared to get, rid of people. They're not going to be scared to be like, hey, listen, Sean, we know you turned this franchise around. You've done a lot of good things, but we're just not getting over the hump with you, man. We got to go in the opposite direction because just like the Bills, you don't want to waste Bo Nix's career and his talent for years. Constantly making the playoffs and getting bounced and not winning the Super Bowl. That's the whole point of the league. And owners, especially in this day and age, they're not scared to move a coach if they think he's causing them to not get over the hump. We know this. And especially if you got your young franchise QB, you don't want him to waste his career doing that every year. Like, look at Josh Allen. Look at Lamar Jackson. They're wasting their careers in Baltimore and Buffalo because, they can't ever get over the hump. Now, in Buffalo's case, I think Sean McDermott wasn't the issue. I think there was more factors in that than like the GM was not getting the right players around Josh on offense to help him. The defense wasn't that good. The Ravens, it was kind of the same thing. The defense just wasn't that good, and they really didn't get him a number one receiver either.
Yep.
Both teams were kind of similar, if you ask my opinion. They both had really good tight ends, 2 of them. They both had really good run games. They have an elite quarterback. They have solid offensive lines, but their defense is bad and their wide receiver room is bad. Now Josh Allen's going to be 30 next year. Lamar Jackson, I think, is going to be 29 or 30 next year. And there's talks about him getting traded.
Yep.
Like, you're wasting superstars' careers because of whatever the reason is. Owners ain't going to deal with that very long. Well, if it's coaching, bad play calling, bad roster construction, whatever it is, owners will not wait that long for that, especially if you got your franchise guy, because you expect to win a Super Bowl with him. But before we get out of here, Muhammad, we got a lot of comments rolling in, man, so we got to get through them. Woo! Dang. Been talking for almost 50 minutes. Good God. We got one here from the GOAT 161. He's like, Pats got lucky. They were basically gifted a trip to the Super Bowl. Muhammad, I'm going to let you go first on this, and I'll comment. Go ahead.
Honestly, we like I said earlier, we did beat ourselves. It's not like the Patriots came there and beat us and made all these miracle players or anything plays. We just beat ourselves. We did. interceptions, fumbles, all that stuff doesn't help. So yeah, it was an easy trip for them to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, I don't think it was just this game. I think what he was referring to, Muhammad, is their whole schedule. The whole season for them. It's been a cupcake
True.
schedule. Backup quarterbacks, bad teams. Even in the playoffs, they played a Justin Herbert team with his 2 offensive tackles out. And then who did they play last week? They played the Houston Texans, whose offensive line's terrible, and CJ Stroud is bad. And honestly, to be fair to the Chargers and Texans, you got 2 warm weather teams, the Chargers and the Texans, that are both, in warm weather climates, indoor teams too, going to New England to play up there in the cold and the snow. Like, I picked the Patriots to win both those games because I'm like, there's no way these 2 teams are going to go out there and beat them. There's no way. So, but yeah, I think what he meant was like the whole Patriots schedule was cupcake. Now a lot of people are like, well, you faced a bunch of backup quarterbacks. You faced Davis Mills, which we were facing CJ Stroud. We just knocked him out of the game. We faced Marcus Mariota, Okindokin, or whatever the hell his name is, from the Chiefs. And then we faced Trey Lance. So, but we also beat Patrick Mahomes. We beat Jalen Hurts. We beat Josh Allen. Who else did we beat? Oh, the number 1 offense in the NFL, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. We beat them.
CJ Stroud.
So we beat a couple of solid quarterbacks. And we beat the best defense in the league. In their house, mind you. But yeah. We got another one here from at Big Grizzle V7H. Come on, we knew this would happen right after the Bo injury. We won and lost the season last week. I'm not going to argue with this sentiment here, but I had faith in Peyton because of what Peyton said last week. Remember how after last week's game, he did his press conference and then he came back out like 20 minutes later and talked about the Bo thing. He said, I got full confidence in Jared Stidham. I believe Sean.
I did too.
I did. But at the same time, Jared Stidham today proved why he's a backup quarterback and the weather. And Sean didn't do what he needed to do. He didn't do the necessary, changes to win this game. But what are your thoughts for this guy, Mohammed?
I mean, if you're looking at it in general, like if your quarterback goes out and a big game like this coming, you have a backup in, everybody would assume that, you're not going to win because you have a backup quarterback. But like I said, I mean, I did believe what Sean Payton said. And the sad part about it is it wasn't like we got outplayed by the Patriots. It's just the mistakes that we made. You could say that about Stiddy or Sean Payton coaching cost us the game. They weren't playing better neither. They just didn't make enough mistakes like we did. So.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't really a whole lot of flags. I think this entire game there was only like 2 flags in the entire game, and we didn't, like I said, we didn't play accordingly. We didn't game plan accordingly. We didn't call the right plays accordingly, and that bit us in the butt again. Sean Payton kicks that field goal in the first half and said, "Going for it." We're tied at the end of the game. So, but let's see. We got another one here from Grizzle or Gizzy. I'm sorry. I'm kind of dyslexic. I can't really read. He says, also to know that Sean ran a damn QB outside run, and that's the play he got injured on. Pathetic. Just run the ball with the running back, and you're already in field goal range. Oh, okay. He's talking about last week. I was like, what are you talking about this game? He's talking about last week when Bo Nix broke his ankle. Basically, it was a QB sneak to the outside. Bo Nix gets tackled, and apparently that's the play where he broke his ankle. And honestly, I've been seeing this all week. There's kind of some back and forth on this. They said it was the one where he ran outside, picked up some yards, whatever. And then the other people said it was the knee that he took at the very end, right before the field goal. So I don't know which play, but if it was, I think it was that one where they ran him outside because he didn't really get hit on the kneel down. He got more hit on that other play. So I would assume it was that one. But yeah, just run the ball with your running back. You didn't run Bo Nix all day. Just run up the middle. Again, you're already in field goal range. You're going to win the game. Why risk it? Because even if he doesn't break his ankle there, like Bo Nix run to the outside, anything could have happened. He could have got lit up and knocked out, got a concussion. You don't freaking know what could have happened. I would have ran with a running back too, but what are your thoughts for him here, Mohammed?
Yeah, I mean, I did hear that too, Eddie. That and I don't think it was kind of necessary for Sean Payton to do that. I mean, I don't think he thought that might happen to Bo Nix, but Sean Payton was just being Sean Payton, I guess. Okay, we do.
Maybe, I don't know. It just drives me nuts. We got another one from here from him. It says, "Oh crap, what the hell?" We got another one here from him. It says, "That's a very annoying thing about him." Yeah, again, I've said it all podcast, man, and honestly, all year, told a lot of people that Sean Payton tries to outsmart himself. He's like, he puffs out his chest and is like, "I'm the smartest guy in the room, and no one can tell me any different." And the sad thing about it is, it's not saying. It's kind of hard to say this because people are going to take it the wrong way, but I'm just going to say it. Sean Payton has full control over this team, roster building, decisions, everything. There's no one to really keep him in line. Like, hey, Sean, maybe we should try this. Maybe you should try this. Maybe you should just run the ball with your running back, or maybe you should just, run the ball, period. Play some defense.
It's not George Payton is not going to do that. George Payton is not doing it.
And I hope to God that's not the death of this team, is Sean Payton just being like that. Again, we kind of talked about it a little bit ago. Hopefully Bo Nix comes back next year and he puts Sean in his place. Mm-hmm. And Sean and Bo Nix is kind of what keeps him in check. Hopefully. Because I don't think Stidham's going to have that kind of authority.
Yeah.
So, got another one here from him. He's like, we should have taken Tyler Warren last draft at the tight end.
That would have been nice.
I can't really say nothing. The reason why is because you went out free agency, you signed tight end Evan Ingram. Whenever they signed him in free agency, I was like, they're not going to go tight end. Honestly, everybody and their mom thought in last year's draft they were going to take a running back in the first round, like Omari and Hampton. A lot of mock drafts were having the Broncos trade up into the top 10 to take Ashton Genty if he didn't go to the Raiders last year. Everybody in their mom thought it was going to be a running back in the first round. Not saying I don't like Harvey, because Harvey's a hell of a pick. But whenever I saw them take Jahdae Barron, which I'm not saying that's a bad pick either, but it's like, what are you doing? You had Omari and Hampton right there you could have took. You could have took a freaking, again, like this guy said here, like Tyler Warren. Granted, you would have had two tight ends, but at the same time, you bring in Evan Ingram and they hardly ever use him. So I think a tight end in the first round probably would have been kind of a bad pick, just because they don't use him. They don't utilize him enough. The same could be said for Jahdae Barron. He comes in on sub packages, but most of the time, who's playing in the slot? Muhammad. It's McMillan.
Yeah.
It's Moss, Surtain, and McMillan. Jahdae Barron only comes in for a few snaps here and there in the game, and certain packages. So I don't know, man. But again, like even a running back, Sean would have took a running back in the first round. We probably wouldn't see him run that much because Sean loves to throw the ball. With knowing what we know now, if I was Sean Payton, I would have got wide receiver one in the draft with how much he throws it. I was like, hey, let's go out and get whoever.
Maybe that's what's gonna happen, Eddie. Maybe he's gonna do that.
Maybe, I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. We got another one here from Big E Bronco. He says, come on, guys. It's the tight ends. It's the tight ends room is weak. Our running backs are weak, and we got to upgrade both running back and the tight end room. I wouldn't say neither is weak, Big E, personally. I wouldn't, because it just Bo Nix doesn't really use the tight end room. He's more of like, let's toss it to Sutton, let's toss it to Franklin, let's toss it to Matt Bryant or Marvin Mims. I don't think the tight end room is weak. I think Evan Ingram's a good addition. They just got to utilize him more, in my opinion. Running backs, I wouldn't say that's a weakness either. Sean just doesn't want to run the ball for some reason. I've been saying this all year. I personally think it's because Sean, once again, puffs his chest out. I'm the smartest guy. I'm still going to try to prove people wrong about Bo Nix, even though you've already proven them wrong. You got to the playoffs the first year Bo Nix is a rookie with an $85 million dead cap hit. Bo Nix proved all the haters wrong last year in his rookie year. This year, he just added on to it. He got him to the AFC Championship game. Bo Nix did. And a 14-13 win season or 14-win season. Like, there's nothing left for Sean Payton to prove about Bo Nix. Bo Nix has already proven everything. Now it's time for you to actually be smart. Use your running backs. McLaughlin wasn't hardly used today, and he was doing really good last week against the Bills. RJ Harvey, great, running back. He can pick up those hard yards. Like, if you need 3, he'll pick up 3 for you, or he'll pick up 4. Like, Harvey's that guy. Just Sean Payton doesn't give him enough opportunity. But what are your thoughts here for Big E, Muhammad?
I mean, I sort of agree with you, Eddie, because it's all about what Sean Payton is doing now with the running backs. Obviously, Dobbins is injured, so that definitely made a big impact on our running back room. I mean, RJ Harvey is good, but he's still a rookie. So with the tight ends, I don't know what's going on with Evan Ingram. I don't know why he wasn't being used. It was one of those big signings that we were really excited about when the season started. So I don't know if it's Sean Payton or if it's the players, Eddie. I don't know.
Again, I think with the Evan Ingram situation, it's bold because I think Bo Nix is more of a wide receiver guy. Like, he likes going to Franklin, Mims, Sutton, Pat Bryant, and he's just not a big guy when it comes to tight ends. And because I know Sean Payton, like, he loves tight ends, so I can't say it's him. I have to give a little bit of blame there to Bo Nix because, dude, if Ingram's open, use him. Yeah. He's a big-bodied freaking tight end, dude. He can box out people and catch balls. And honestly, I know Evan Ingram hasn't been really targeted that much this year, but if you look at the percentages, I'm sure Evan Ingram's caught more passes percentage-wise than Courtland Sutton has this year.
Okay.
Not to bag on Sutton, but I'm just saying. Why would you even want J.K. Dobbins? His whole career has never shown up when a team needs him the most. He's always injured. I get that, but also whenever he was out there playing, he was the spark in this running room. Because you can sit there and turn around, Big E, and say the same thing about Sean Payton not wanting to run the ball as much. I mean, I'm not saying this, but a lot of people have. They say the reason why Sean Payton's not running the ball that much is because he doesn't have J.K. Dobbins. He doesn't trust Harvey yet, or McLaughlin. Even last year when he had McLaughlin, he didn't really trust him, even though he was really good. But I think since Dobbins wasn't out there, Sean doesn't really want to run the ball because Dobbins, yeah, I understand the injuries, but when he's out there, he's good. He will pick up the yard that you need when you need it, whether it's in the passing game or the run game. He will get them. And I'm not saying this is what I believe, but some people out there believe the reason why Sean's not running the ball as much is because he doesn't have Dobbins. He doesn't have a real running back one back there. But what are your thoughts, Mohammed?
Yeah, I mean, the injuries are there definitely for Dobbins. That's probably why he was a free agent. Like, nobody. Well, I guess the Chargers were trying to bring him back, but that's definitely an issue with him. But when he's playing, he's on. So,
and the games that Dobbins played versus the games Omari and Hampton played, and you got to remember too, their top 2 running backs, Omari and Hampton and Najee Harris, were both injured for the most of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But even the games that they both play, if you look at them side by side, I'm pretty sure Dobbins had better numbers than Omari and Hampton.
True.
So he's a good running back when healthy, but I think Sean Payton doesn't use his running backs that much because he doesn't want to. He wants to throw the ball. So, but let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys believe. We got one here for Richmond FN. He says, I blame the snow because the beginning of the game, the Broncos were doing good, but when it snowed hit, they started playing bad. Which is kind of weird to me. It's like you live in Denver. You play in Denver. It snows here. It gets cold here. The air is thin here. Like, this team should have been prepared for the snow. But again, in these types of games, you go back and talk to coaches. You go back and look at past games where there's a bunch of snow, a lot of wind. What do coaches normally do in those games?
Run the game.
They rely on their defense and they run the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's not going to be an exciting game. It's probably not going to be a high-scoring affair. It doesn't matter who the team is. It could be Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning out there. As a matter of fact, Tom Brady versus who was it? Brock Osweiler. Well, that was kind of a high scoring game. Sorry. Let me go back. The AFC Championship game was really cold that year in 2015. Peyton versus Brady. What was the final score? 20-18.
20, yeah.
Very rarely are snow games like today are going to be high scoring games. They're usually going to be defensive games with a running game attached to it and very low scoring. And guess what? This game was 10-7. Like it. And Peyton, again, just trying to, outsmart himself and just like, and you think, and again, with a backup in this type of weather of a game where you know it's going to snow, it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy. You're going already you want to play defense and run the ball, but you also have a backup quarterback. In that situation, most teams are going to run the ball like 40 times and maybe pass like 20. Maybe 20 at the most, but rush it like 40 times. So I just, oh God, it just makes my head hurt. I don't get it. Let's see. You got another one here from Biggie Bronco. He said, "You can never get me to bring back injury-prone J.K. Dobbins back to the team. I think he should be retired. Every team he's been on, he cannot count on him to be reliable." Go ahead, Bob. I'll let you get this one first.
I mean, Eddie, I honestly don't know if the Broncos would bring him back. Maybe if they do, maybe like we said, 1 year just until But they could also go on free agency and sign another running back who's not injured. That's always a possibility. It just depends on who's out there, right? But I mean, it's true. He does get hurt. Like that's the problem. He's a very good running back, but does get hurt. So is what it is.
I mean, yeah, he does get hurt, but again, that's why you don't have to pay him a bunch of money. Like you said, Mohammed, you can sign him to a 1 year deal worth like $2 million. That way, you're not really blowing a whole lot of money on him. If he does get hurt, then you're not like killing yourself because you're like, oh my God, this player's hurt again, and we just paid this guy $10 million. But at the same time, when J.K. Dobbins is healthy, dude, he's good. He's really good. Even if you have him for half the season, like he's still going to help you. Like J.K. Dobbins was a big reason why the Broncos went 14-3 this year. So was Bo Nix. But the running game was heavily J.K. Dobbins reliant. That was the reason why our run game was so good this year is because of him. Harvey was still learning. McLaughlin barely got any snaps whenever Dobbins was healthy. Even with Dobbins out, McLaughlin's not getting crap. Harvey's getting the majority of the carries, and he's still a rookie, still learning. He'll pick up the hard yards sometimes when you need him, but, it's good to have a veteran in there like that. Dobbins, whenever he's healthy, he's good. He's a good running back. That's why I'd say bring him back, but you can't pay him like $5 million a year. Pay him like $2-3 million a year. That way you got a little bit of cap flexibility. That'd be my point. Let's see. Ooh, god dang, we got a lot more comments. Woo-wee.
We're already like past the hour 82. It's like
we try to get through these quickly. Good evening, Ed Muhammad on Rocky Mountain Blitz. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it, man. Long time supporter. He's been here since we've started, man. Since our days at Colorado Sports Connection, he's been here. Also, Michael Ronquillo, Rams coughed up the ball on a muff punt. Oh, god damn it. I don't even know what the score is right now. I have to go look at it after this. But again, I don't care who wins tonight's game between the Seahawks and Rams. Whoever it is, I just hope they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So
it's 2024 Seahawks. 24-20 Seahawks.
Okay. Touchdown Seahawks after a turnover on a muff punt. Okay, thank you, Michael. Touchdown Rams, he says. He's keeping us up to date on this.
Yeah, he just missed.
J.K. Dobbins is only 26 years old. Yeah, he is. He's still young too. That's the other thing. By the time the next year starts, he'll be 27. Or I think he just turned 27, but he'll be 27 through next year. Thank you, Michael, for your comment. I really appreciate it. The GOAT 161. Pats are basically gifted a trip to the Super Bowl. If I was a Pats fan, I would feel sick to my stomach. The only way I would feel sick to my stomach in that scenario is if I know the fucking Rams or Seahawks are going to beat our ass in the Super Bowl. Like today, you could ask my wife. Like, I felt sick before the game started because I'm like, is Sean Payton gonna fuck this up? Is Sean Payton gonna fuck this up? Are we gonna lose? Are we gonna lose? I felt sick. We had nachos today for dinner too, and I really couldn't eat them. I ate some, and it was so funny because I put nacho cheese and hamburger meat, jalapenos, all the fixings on it, and I put salsa on it. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, the way I had it on my plate, the chips tasted like vomit. I threw it away. I was like, okay, nope. And my wife's like, "Is that nacho cheese you put on there?" I'm like, nacho cheese should not taste like puke. So I had to throw it away because I was already feeling sick anyway, and then that just made me feel even worse. Uh, let's see, we got another one here from Goats, the Goat 6 or 161. Bleh. I would feel the same way if it had been Drake May who broke his ankle last week instead of Bo Nix, and the Broncos had won today. I wouldn't feel earned. I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, it takes a lot of the fun out of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted before, like literally that 10-minute stretch last week after we won the game and we found out Bo Nix broke his ankle and out for the season. I was like, oh man, this AFC Championship game is gonna be great. We're lining up to have Bo Nix versus Drake May in the AFC Championship game. This is gonna be Peyton Manning 2.0 right here. And then we got robbed of that. We got robbed of that. It sucked. And I'm sad that Bo Nix got hurt, but even with Stidham, you had a chance to win this game. You had it. Like, we still had the chance. Like, we had the chance with Stidham. We just couldn't complete the task. And it sucks. And I was really high on, like, if we were to beat the Patriots today, I was going to be like, Drake May, he couldn't even be our backup, bro. You think he can beat Bo Nix? But I'm not sure. Muhammad, I have to look at the schedule. I think we play the Patriots next year in the regular season. Hopefully that game we do get the first matchup between Bo Nix and Drake May. I would love to see that. Just like this year, we were supposed to get the first time matchup of Jaden Daniels versus Bo Nix, but we got kind of robbed of that because Jaden Daniels got hurt. And like now, people would say, yeah, we were going to lose that game if Jaden Daniels played, which is probably true. But it's like I still want to see these quarterbacks go against each other. Like, we haven't played Bo Nix has not played a single quarterback out of his draft class yet. He was supposed to play Jaden this year. I think next year he plays May and Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, that'd be cool.
I think so. I'm not sure. But like JJ McCarthy and Michael Penix, I'm not really worried about. I think if Bo Nix played them, he kicked their ass. But Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams facing off against Bo Nix, like those are going to be good games.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is coming into his own. Drake May is good, and so is Jaden Daniels, and so is Bo Nix. I would love to watch those games next year. But we got to hurry to get out of here, guys. We got a couple more commentaries. Like Michael, thank you for the comment, bro. He said the Broncos did not have a chance to get Drake May because he was drafted at pick 3. Yeah. But again, I think if I remember right, I think the big board for the Broncos was in 2024. I remember hearing someone say it was Caleb Williams was first, Jaden Daniels, and then Bo Nix was their third choice. If I remember right. I could be wrong. You might have to fact check me on that. I could have swore I heard somebody say that one time. So, but yeah. Let's see. The GOAT 161, he says, beating a team in the playoffs to earn a trip to the Super Bowl when they are not healthy is bittersweet. It sucks. Wait, what? Beating a team in the playoffs to earn a trip to the Super Bowl when they are not healthy is bittersweet. Well, I couldn't tell you because Patriots weren't hurt, we didn't win. So it just but I'm not going to sit here and say it's an asterisk next to the Patriots because they beat us without Bo Nix. We were in the game. We had opportunities to win. We should have won.
Exactly.
Muhammad said it best. We beat ourselves. The Patriots didn't beat us.
Absolutely.
But that's the NFL. You have injuries. It sucks that Bo Nix is out. If Bo Nix is in there, do we win? Maybe, but I don't think so. Not because of Bo Nix, but because I think it's Sean Payton. And if he was throwing as much as he did today with Jarrett Stidham in the snowstorm, I can only imagine what he would have done with Bo Nix in there. He would have threw it a hell of a lot more. So that's just my opinion. But that's it for us tonight, guys. Muhammad, any final thoughts or comments before we get out of here tonight?
Like I said, Eddie, I mean, it's painful. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna stay with us for a while. We're always gonna be thinking about this game and this season. We came too close, but it's over. There's nothing we can do about it. We can just, think about the future. I'm sure we're gonna be talking about the draft, free agency, all that in the coming weeks, Eddie, and hopefully we come, better.
Yep. Hoping we get back. I hope we get back to the playoffs next year, which I'm sure we will. But hopefully, we can make it to the Super Bowl next year. Uh, but it's just devastating, man. I don't even have any words for it anymore, to be honest. Got one more here from the GOAT. He's like, Seahawks are going to beat the Patriots the same way they beat the Broncos in Super Bowl 48. Maybe the Patriot or the Seahawks win. Is the game over?
I thought it was still
No.
in the.
Oh, no, it's third quarter with 4 minutes. Oh, the Seahawks are up 31-20 right now. All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it seems that way, but I wouldn't put it past the Rams. They might come back.
That's it for us tonight, guys. We appreciate y'all being in here tonight. We'll be back next week, and we'll start talking about the offseason, the draft, free agency, all that stuff, and, just hopefully have a better season next year. Hopefully it ends better, honestly. But if you guys could please like, comment, subscribe on this video. Also hit that bell notification so you know we go live. But Mohammed, great talking to you, man. On to next season.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right, guys. We will talk to you guys next week. Peace.